Welcome to the Middle School Cafe podcast, where we're serving up fresh strategies and solutions for ELA teachers just like you. Join us as we explore proven methods to bridge the achievement gap and help every student reach their full potential. Whether you're a veteran teacher or just starting out, grab a cup of coffee and a notepad and let's get started. Here's your host, Carolyn Wall.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Middle School Cafe podcast. We're finally creeping up on winter break, and the days feel long in a way only December can bring. This time of year can be exhausting, but it's also a great moment to pause and recognize the progress our students have made as readers. Today, I want to talk about something simple, low-pressure ways to celebrate reading wins. Nothing overwhelming, nothing that adds to your stress or grading pile. Just small, meaningful moments that help students see their reading growth and help them stay motivated heading into the new year. As ELA teachers, we know reading growth doesn't always show up in neat little data points. Sometimes it's the student who finished a book for the first time. Sometimes it's the student who rediscovered a genre they used to love. And sometimes it's the student who finally got hooked on a series and stayed up late reading. These moments matter. And when we acknowledge them, we reinforce the idea that reading is worth their time, effort, and attention. Celebrating these small reading wins also taps into something really human. People like to be recognized. Students like to be recognized for the good things they're doing. That little moment of acknowledgement can be incredibly motivating. It shows them their effort is noticed and that they should be proud of their accomplishments. And honestly, it's the same reason why students will sprint across the room for a single Jolly Rancher. It's not really about the candy. Okay, sometimes it is about the candy. But really, it's about the recognition. Students want that positive interaction with you. They want to feel seen for doing something well. When we're intentional about noticing their reading progress, it creates that same positive connection and keeps them moving forward as readers. It also helps calm some of the chaos this time of year because their energy shifts toward earning that positive attention. Celebrations don't have to be big or flashy. In fact, simple is usually better. And during this stretch of the year, when things feel busy, students are tired, and routines get interrupted, those small moments of acknowledgement matter even more. Celebrating reading wins keeps reading at the center of your classroom culture without adding pressure. They help students see that reading isn't about finishing the most books or hitting the perfect data point. It's about noticing growth, effort, and small steps forward. One easy way to do this is through quiet recognition notes. A simple sticky note with a quick message like, "I noticed you've been reading more consistently," or "Congrats on finishing that book," or "I can tell you're trying new genres." Give students a moment of positive attention that feels personal without taking much time. If you don't have time to write the notes, acknowledging student growth through a quick conversation works just as well. What's powerful is that these little notes shift how students see themselves. When a student who doesn't think of themselves as a reader gets a message pointing out something they did as a reader, it reshapes their internal narrative. This matters deeply in middle school, where students are constantly trying to decide who they are and who they're becoming. These small acknowledgments help students feel seen in their reading lives, and when they feel seen, their confidence grows. That confidence makes them more willing to keep pushing themselves, especially during the times of year when motivation naturally dips. You can also build celebration into your classroom community by offering quick peer shoutouts. At the end of class, take 2 minutes for students to share something they're proud of, finishing a book, trying a new genre, sticking with a series. These shoutouts are short, but they carry weight. Middle schoolers care deeply about what their peers think, even if they'd never admit it. Hearing classmates celebrate reading and hearing their classmates celebrate them helps students recognize that reading success shows up in lots of different ways. It normalizes progress, not perfection, and it reinforces the idea that reading isn't something you do alone. It's something we grow through together as a community. These moments also help students practice talking about books in a low-pressure setting, which strengthens their identities as readers who can share, discuss, and reflect. Another simple idea is creating a visual reminder of progress with a class bulletin board or wall display. This doesn't have to be complicated or cutesy. Students can jot down the title of a book they finished, a genre they tried, or a reading goal they met and add it to the board. Over time, it becomes a growing collection of their accomplishments. The board becomes a living timeline of their reading year, a place where every student, at every pace, contributes something. It sends a clear message. Your reading life is expanding. And as that board fills up, it also reminds everyone that reading is a journey, one that grows step by step, book by book, day by day. Even students who haven't added to the board yet still see the movement and feel the momentum around them. That visibility can give hesitant or reluctant readers the nudge they need to stick with a book, try a new genre, or take on a reading goal that feels doable. Taking the time to recognize reading wins now also sets students up for success in January. When students leave your classroom feeling confident in their reading, confident in their progress, confident in how they're growing, they walk into break with a really positive sense of who they are as readers, and that feeling matters. When students end the semester feeling good about what they've accomplished, they're much more likely to come back ready to pick up where they left off. They're more open to new books, more willing to settle back into routines, and more motivated to try something a little more challenging. They're not starting over, they're building on something they've already started. And even the smallest bit of confidence, finishing a book, sticking with a longer chapter, trying a new genre, gives students a place to restart in January. It nudges them toward thinking, I can do this, instead of feeling like they're resetting to zero after break. Those tiny recognitions now can create a surprising amount of momentum later. They help students stay connected to their reading identity through the transition into the new year. And honestly, it makes the return from break easier for us too. When students come back believing they've grown, the energy in the room is calmer, smoother, and more focused. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to come back to why these small celebrations matter, especially right now when December energy can make the classroom feel unpredictable. When students know you're looking for the good in their reading lives, it shifts the tone of the whole room. You start to see more on-task moments because students want that positive attention. You get fewer "what are we doing today" questions because the routines feel steadier, and those tiny bits of recognition can interrupt behaviors that come from boredom, restlessness, or just end-of-year fatigue. Celebrating reading wins also gives you an easy redirect when things start to wobble. Instead of focusing on the noise or the chaos, you can say, "Hey, I noticed you stuck with your book a little longer today," or "add that accomplishment to our board later." It moves the spotlight from the behavior to the growth, which is often exactly what middle schoolers need. And there's something grounding about it for us too. When you're tired and the days feel long, looking for those moments of progress helps you reconnect with the heart of your work. It's a reminder that even when December feels wild, students are still growing. They're still reading. As winter break gets closer, keep the celebrations simple. Notice the effort. Acknowledge the small steps forward. These tiny recognitions strengthen your reading culture and help students walk into January feeling capable and confident. And speaking of the weeks ahead, I want to take a moment to share what's coming next on the podcast. Our next episode falls on the 5th Tuesday of December, which is normally a bonus episode. However, I'll be taking a little break for the holidays. Instead of a bonus episode, I'll be re-releasing episode number 54 about using reading challenges to engage and stretch student readers. It's a great reminder of how goal setting and friendly structure can motivate students. Then, starting in January, we'll be right back to our usual schedule of episodes on the first and third Tuesdays of the month. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the work you do each day. Your students appreciate it, even when they don't say it. Before I go, I want to wish you the best winter break. I hope you get some rest, a few quiet moments, and maybe even a little time to read something just for yourself. And if you're enjoying the podcast, it would mean a lot if you shared it with a colleague or left a quick review. Leaving a review is a simple way to help the podcast reach more teachers. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the new year. Thanks for joining me today. As a reminder, a new episode drops every first and third Tuesday, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Be sure to visit middleschoolcafe.com to find links to everything mentioned in today's show. Until next time.